Aloha, Scott Sylvan Bell coming live from Sacramento, California, June 4th, 2016. I don't know, 2:15 in the afternoon, perfect day to talk about sales. And what I want to really talk to you about is I'm going to give you a series of why buyers back out at the last minute. Now, let me give you a little bit of background. I'm in the forums and I'm looking back and forth, and this guy sells cars and he says, hey, you know, I have somebody who wanted to buy a car and they had this budget and we were able to get him in the budget, and the guy walked at the last minute. Has that ever happened to anybody in here? And so a bunch of people who sell cars got on board, and some of them said, you know, the guy's a jerk, just forget about him, and they used a lot of four-letter words. YouTube, not going to use them, okay? Used a bunch of four-letter words about the buyer. Okay, that was one route. A bunch of people said, you know, it was a secret shopper, just let it go. Third group of people said, hey, look, I have no idea how to help you, but here's a bunch of four-letter words that explain what's going on with the guys. Now, I'm going to give you some insight because I've been writing Copilot for 5, almost 6 years with salespeople, and I see this occasionally. So here we go. Let's start with the first one. They were on edge about oscillation. Now, oscillation is this. I'm over here, and I really want to buy the product. And in my mind, I'm like, do I want it? I do. But over here is, if I pay for this, I'm going to have to eat top ramen for a week or for a month. But I really want the product. It sounds really cool. Let's get it. I'm on edge. I don't know if I can really afford this. And little Jimmy needs to get braces, and little Becky needs some shoes. I don't know. But I really want it. So I'm at Costco this week, you know, big box store, and this guy's standing in line, and he's got his little ticket to buy something. And the lady behind him goes, hey, you know, are you going to move forward? He's like, oh, I'm just trying to decide if I really want to get this stuff or not. Oscillation. That's what's going on. You got to know that in the buyer's mind, over here, they're like, I want to do it. It sounds really cool. Put me on board. I don't know if I want to pay for it. I don't know if I want to pay for it. But it sounds really cool. And some of it comes down to your ability to ask questions. Now, I get told a lot from salespeople who are like, I should ignore that. Probably not a good idea, because if you have an objection, it should be talked about as soon as it comes up. Right? And the minute that you think that there's an objection, why not ask the question, hey, I get the feeling that you have some concerns, or it seems like you're a little bit worried. And people will say you shouldn't ask those questions because what if you're putting doubts in their mind? No, because that person's going to come back and go, what are you thinking? No way, I really want this. They're going to reveal their position. They may come back and tell you everything you need to know. And you may have a few people who are like, oh, I never really thought about it that way, but yeah, I really want the product, okay? So you have to deal with what's going on in their mind. You know, you can paint the picture of what happens with all the options that they got going on. Of course, somebody always has the option to do nothing. You know, they have the option to do nothing. That's always on one end. And the option over here is to buy the product or the service or widget or gizmo that's up for sale. But you have to deal with the oscillation. You have to have the conversation. And if you're scared to, that just tells you that means that you should have that conversation. It is super important, okay? So there you go. There's the first reason why buyers back out at the last minute. The oscillation process has not been dealt with, okay? Has not been dealt with. They were on edge. The salesperson maybe pushed through and gave a fast presentation, didn't ask a lot of questions because they felt in their mind here, here, or here that buyer was ready to go. And any mistake that you make in the beginning of the sales process and you get over here to the end multiplies towards the end and causes you problems, okay? So if you don't deal with it here, just think of it like it grows. It starts really small and then it just gets really big, okay? So if you have a concern, deal with it as it happens instead of over here where it's really big. Really big, right? I just put my arm in front of my face. Really big. All right, there you go. Now, if you could do a small favor for me in the box down below, leave a comment, question, or story. That'd be fantastic. To the right, to the left, there's a subscribe button. You know what you got to do. You got to subscribe. And then, yes, there's one more. You can send it out to all your friends via StumbleUpon, Facebook, Twitter, Google+. Why not even LinkedIn? Scott Sylvan Bell. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Aloha.